Welcome to WagerTalk TV, everyone. I am your host, Minty Bets, here with the twins. I'm here with Las Vegas Cris here. I follow him on Twitter at Las Vegas Cris, that's C-R-I-S, and Marco D'Angelo at Marco in Vegas on Twitter. Guys, we're talking Super Bowl here. Super Bowl Sunday is February 7th. It's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers hosting the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs -3, total at 56. Cris, I would love to hear what props you've got, what bets you're leaning on. Tell us more.
Well, this is a good example to remind people just because there's a game, it doesn't mean you have to bet the game. So I always like to remind people of that because sometimes you just get yourself in bad situations being, feeling compelled to have to bet. But just a couple of quick tips. If you're going to be betting under on anything, the longer you wait, the better the odds are probably going to get. Make sure your shopping lines on game day. The lines are going to be all over the place. They can't move the lines and put them in proper order. It's a great shopping day to see who's gone off the rails, so to speak, and gotten off of a solid line. Pay very careful attention to the wording of your props because one or two words can change the meaning or grading of whatever you're going to be betting. And make sure you don't bet too many of these things because they add up fast. So just keep an eye on how they could add up and how they're correlating. If one thing goes, it could cause a domino bad or a domino good. So just be aware of the position you're putting yourself into. But I've got two props that I'm looking at. The first one's a strange one. I'm going over 10 penalties with plus money. You can get plus 110 or more on that. And the reason why I'm going over, last week they didn't call any penalties, and the refs in the league are fully aware of it. I fully expect early in the game they're going to be throwing some flags and letting people know that they're in control. The refs are in control of the game. They're not going to continue with these no calls. And we're getting a little extra line value on that because we've been seeing the no calls and people think that that's going to continue. And I don't think it's going to. The refs that are doing the game, two of them they've done two previous Kansas City games, and they called 17 and 18 penalties. The head ref did a Super Bowl previously, and he was part of 13 penalties called. So I like all these numbers are much higher. Kansas City has the fifth worst record for penalties. So they're committing number 5 number of penalties each game. They get a lot of offsides. It can add up quickly. The second prop I'm looking at, really simple one. Brady over a half a yard rushing. It's plus 155 to plus 185. He's the type of guy that's going to take a quick snap, lunge for a yard. The only thing you have to worry about is when Tampa Bay is winning at the end of the game, the kneel downs. But remember, sacks don't count on that stat. So that's why it's not a bad stat. So that's all I have.
All righty, Marco D'Angelo, what do you have for the Super Bowl so far? Any fun props?
Yeah, I've got some props, but I want to go to the game itself for a second and tell our viewers that there's different ways that you can attack betting the Super Bowl. Everybody thinks, well, there's a spread and there's an over-under. And, that's the basic way to play the Super Bowl. And although it is, you can get creative in how you do that. Let's say you like Kansas City, but you don't want to lay the 3. Well, then obviously you could bet the money line. But maybe you don't want to lay minus 165 with Kansas City. Well, how else could I have a bet on Kansas City to win the Super Bowl? Well, how about taking Patrick Mahomes for MVP for plus 110? This Super Bowl, more than any other Super Bowl, has been billed as the two quarterbacks. How many times have you heard everybody say it's GOAT versus baby GOAT? So if you look at the history of the Super Bowl, 30 of the previous 54 Super Bowls, the quarterback has won the MVP. So let's flip it over to the other side. You like Tampa Bay, they're plus 3. Well, that's nice to have 3 points in your pocket. Maybe you want a little more money. So go ahead and bet Tampa Bay on the money line, get back $1.45. Or again, do you want to get creative? You could bet Tom Brady for MVP at plus 250. Now, remember, this is one of those bets that is not determined on the scoreboard or in a box score. It is something that is voted on. Well, tell me this. Somebody would have to have an absolutely monster game, like a running back have 100+ yards and 3 touchdowns to even compare to get close to upsetting Tom Brady for MVP if Tampa Bay wins, because of the storyline of taking Tampa Bay in his first season to the Super Bowl in their hometown. So I'm not telling you to take Kansas City or take Tampa Bay. I'm telling you, if you like either one of those two sides, I'm giving you a way to get plus money on both of those. So just something else to think about. Betting is all about trying to find edges, advantages, and thinking outside of the box. As far as a prop for you, I'm going to go with Leonard Fournette over 3.5 receptions. Why am I going to do this? Well, I'm going to tell you, last time Tampa Bay was not balanced at all when they met Kansas City. They didn't run the football hardly at all. Part of the reason because they fell behind. But also, they want to stay in this game. And to stay in this game, I think they're going to come out, try to establish a running game and have some sense of balance. But if you followed Tom Brady in his entire career, you know that they've never really had strong running games for him. What they've used is the running back out of the backfield as an extension of the running game. And he's hit these talented running backs that have decent hands. And Leonard Fournette is one of those guys. I say he gets over 3.5 receptions in this game as they try to control some clock and keep the ball moving. And all I'll do is give you a name. Do you remember James White from all those years with the Patriots in the big games that he had in the playoffs and Super Bowl? Leonard Fournette over 3.5 receptions.
Ooh, I like it. Guys, check out Las Vegas Cris and Marco D'Angelo on WagerTalk.com. And don't forget, $2 Tuesday is every Tuesday at WagerTalk.com. Get the featured handicappers best bet for only $2. WagerTalk.com and SportsMemo.com. Thanks for joining us.